odds market.
I'm Dave Session.
This is Theo Goodman.
All the tools to be among that few that win.
I'm Stuart from Tipster HQ.
My name's Jay Baglia.
Taking the best price in the market.
Hey guys, Javier.
Some call it gambling.
Here to bring you the best political betting tips.
It's the booming industry of professional gaming.
Odds Market, Sports Bet Daily.
Bank or management over at Odds Market.
Oddsmarket.com. We are Oddsmarket.
Watch us.
MLB, we'll be talking with Dave L.A. How's it going? Thank you for joining my show. I know you've been on the Low Bag show there with Jimmy the Bag. He was like, "You're having Dave L.A. on." I said, "Yes, I am." How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to be here. I appreciate everybody's support for being on the show with us. And yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So the season sort of officially kicks off on Thursday. The Yankees against the Orioles. Do you see the Yankees winning the season for the first time in a decade this year?
They've done a lot of work on the rotation for the starting pitching. It's one of the things they were kind of lacking in last year, and they did a really good job on the off season. So I think not only can they win the division, but they also can possibly win it all.
Okay. Now, a birdie had told me that you are an Angels fan, apparently in a town of Dodgers fans. Is that right?
Right. So I grew up with a bunch of Dodgers fans. Unfortunately, I'm the only Angels fan here. And so my nickname as I grew up, everybody was just calling me Angels fan. So it's kind of funny, but it sticked on for so long. But I love it. I love the team. I grew up watching them from, they gave an opportunity to Jim Abbott, a guy that pitched with one hand at the professional league. So I fell in love with this team to give that guy an opportunity.
So basically, that's like the best way to distinguish you in your town because like you're the only one. It's like, oh yeah, that Angels fan. Oh yeah, I know him. I met him down in the bar.
Yeah. Not only that, the Dodgers, their team colors is white and blue, where the Angels is red. So you can easily spot me as an Angels fan.
Interesting stuff. And I heard as well, obviously, Mike Trout. $430 million extension for 12 years. What do you think?
Well, worth it. Every penny.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's the one true player that I agree with this contract. Everybody else, I'm kind of about, but this is the real true value.
Wow.
He probably deserves around 500 or 550 millions of dollars for maybe 13 years. Easy.
And I think I averaged, it is something around, he makes around $93,000 a day.
It's ridiculous, but again, well worth it, well spent. It's that luxury Lamborghini car you always wanted.
Yeah, nice.
Definitely.
Now, their win-loss is at 82.5. So over or under 500 games, do you think?
Look, I'm going to shock you. I'm probably going to upset a lot of Astro fans and Oakland A's fans, but I really, really love the Angels batting lineup. Their only weakness is the starting pitching and bullpen, but because they actually got rid of a lot of dead weight for the starting pitchers, they can actually bring back those pitchers they used last year to the bullpen. And that would help the starting pitchers in the long run.
All right.
So I have them to win the division.
Oh, okay. Win the division. Obviously, the offseason saw two major moves there. Bryce Harper joined the Phillies and Manny Machado joined the Padres. How will those two affect the teams in this season?
Bryce Harper, he's got good contact and power, but he's more of a power hitter. So what the Phillies need is a power hitting, and that's what they got from this guy.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they're pitching. They're lacking in pitching, bullpen, and starting pitchers. So I think they did a good job with Harper,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they need more pitching, more to focus more on the pitching if they want to go on with try to win the championship. In other words,
Yeah.
and as far as Machado, I love the guy. He's got a bad reputation in the locker room, but the reason why I love this guy, it's because he's very competitive. And so what he's done in the past with the Orioles and the Dodgers,
Mm-hmm.
he's always given that great defense and a decent bat that provides at times good contact to bring in runs and home runs. So I love his defense. I think they did a good job going after him. That's going to lock up the third base, maybe at times shortstop. But I love that defense that he provides.
Nice, nice. Now there's obviously in football you've got two transfer windows. Is that the case in MLB? Is there another time if they're sort of like lacking players, can they get some in, or is it now locked in for the season?
That's it. So there's a trade line that they're actually the league is discussing. They're trying to see if there's a deadline. Usually there's another deadline at the end of the year, but they're actually now have made an adjustment to lock it up in July.
Okay.
So I think this is it. This is it kind of rushes things to get done as soon as possible and be prepared. Where what pretty much what the league is asking the teams and the owners is you're either in or out by July. So I love the idea of locking it up by mid-season, so that would tells us what you're going to get from a team.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, the Orioles, like I was sort of saying, opens the season on Thursday. Their win-loss total is 59.5. That's pretty,
Right.
That's
Unfortunately, they're going based off what they did last year, and they really had a lot of injuries, a lot of bad pitching. It was just a really bad combination of all things for them. So what they did this year, they got rid of Machado, but they did a lot of good trades for him. And then not only that, they picked up a lot of good depth that are young talent players that are going to actually build up from. So with Machado leaving, and then they got rid of a bunch of bad hitters. So I actually took the over on the 59.5.
right. I know, especially when you've got this sort of an influx of new blood coming into a team as well. I just can't see them losing 100 games. That is
what so right. So what happens is it's kind of hard to repeat what you've done the previous year, especially in baseball. So just like when you have a bad record, you can't. It's hard to repeat that. So I just see them at least giving 61 or 62 wins at least.
All right. Interesting stuff. It seems to be pretty debated about. Now, we're going to finally sort of, well, I'll go a couple more questions, actually.
Sure.
First one
Shoot 'em.
is, do you have any, are you holding any futures or outright tickets? See, they seem to different words on different, we call them outright or anti-post outright. Do you have any future tickets that you are holding
I
right
got
now
a
for
few.
this
I
season?
actually got about 33 future bets in MLB.
So the quick answer is yes.
But
Yes,
I'll share some with you guys because I'm such a true fan of the league that I just see a lot of outcomes coming. But I'll give you the ones that are kind of popular. I do have what the Yankees did is very impressive in the offseason. I love their office. Their front office they have a good scouting, and they also know how to spend money. So they got a lot of pitching. So I see them winning the division, the actual American League, and actually maybe considering winning the World Series. That's one of my future bets. The other one is the Chicago Cubs. I really like their depth. They really had a bad month last year at the very end of the season. So what I think that's going to happen this year, I think they're going to recover with good pitching and good batting. And I love them to win the National League and reach the World Series.
Nice, nice. All right. And finally question here. Looking at the opening games, which teams do you think will win their opening games? And do you have any early leans at the moment?
I don't at the moment, but I will. It's kind of hard to determine because the lineups are very important. There are a lot of really great pitchers out there that can let you down because they're hiding injuries. So you kind of want to wait for that type of news or anything. They're really good on hiding things, and not only that, they're gonna also let you know based on the lineup. You'll know whether you can support that team at all. So I would suggest waiting for the lineup to make a decision on the opening bet.
Okay, yes, a little bit as well, like football as well. Sometimes some early leads
Definitely.
can provide sort of better odds when you know the lineup. Sometimes they drop. David, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I think Jimmy the Bag is jealous, but I'm sure he's looking forward to having you on his show very soon.
I love Jimmy.
Yeah, and I think he loves you too. So no, it's an absolute pleasure. Dave LA _sports. If you don't already follow him, please do.